Well, we're getting a late start today. We got about 2 hours till it gets dark. We're gonna see what we can catch on Lucky Craft Baits in 2 hours right before dark. Springtime, water's warming up. Ought to be some pre-spawn fish, maybe even some post-spawn fish, a few spawning fish. I don't know, but I think it's gonna be fun, and let's see what we can get. All right, well, we got this little short time. I know the water's warmed up. Looking at my graph, the water is 64 degrees. I know it's been really cold, so it hasn't been that warm long. So there should be a lot of pre-spawn fish moving up, and there's probably even some fish on the beds. But I'm gonna try to target the pre-spawners. I have a glide bait, I have a wake bait, I have a 2 jerk baits, and I have about a 10, 12 foot diving crankbait, a Lucky Craft Flat CB MR. One of my favorite crankbaits ever. And we'll see what we can catch. I can keep the moss off. Flash pointer, baby. Love this bait. That fish ate it good. He's got all the hooks in him. Man, what a chunk. I'd say that fish is pre-spawn. What do y'all think? Look at the belly. Man, what a beauty. What a beauty. Go on. Let's catch another one. How about it? Well, so that's 2 fish. One little dink and one real nice one. Exciting. Good signs. Maybe we can catch a real big one. That was a good one there. But man, it's getting to be the end of the day. This is a magical time. In the spring, the fish usually start biting like crazy. At least that's what I'm hoping. So we got about an hour and a half left. Trying to get a big one. 2 though. Wonder how many we can catch. Ooh, I just missed one. So we came out here and I think we're right at the start of the spawn. But one thing about the spawn is it doesn't all happen at one time. There is usually a big move to the bank, and then, spawn can last, several months. A month, 2 months, 5 months. The state of Florida, they spawn like, 5 or 6 months out of the year. But there's always some pre-spawn fish, and then when the spawn's involved, after it's been on for even just a little while, you have some post-spawn fish. Those are the fish that are either coming in or coming out. And when you find those fish, they're more likely to be more concentrated in a school rather than just kind of scattered out in a bay spawning. And they're also hungry, usually. They're hungry because they're feeding up to have their eggs, or they're hungry because they've been up there spawning shallow and haven't eaten much. So it's fun to fish on the shallow, on the bank too, but you can get out here. There's always some fish out. And a lot of times you have it to yourself. Baby. Okay, I don't think he counts. I had another one hit it, and this guy, I guess, came and got it. There must be a school of them there. Anyway, number 2.5. See if there's anybody else in there worth catching. Little guy. So this flash pointer, I'm throwing it's a gunmetal shad color. It's got it's low light conditions, so it's a solid color white. It's got a chartreuse bottom for even extra visibility and flash, and it has little silver scales on the side. So it's got just about everything you could want, except that it's not translucent or real natural looking like a ghost minnow or something like that. But low light conditions late in the evening, very visible. That's why I went with this color. I'll say it's the right one, but that's why I went with it. Love this color too. It catches them everywhere. Whoa, first cast. Oh my gosh. On the glide bait, I just thought, man, I'll throw this and catch a big one. It's a pretty good one. How about that, first cast? That was cool. Man, I got to see the whole thing. I was looking down and my first cast, see if I was gonna get a follow. And I saw him right behind it and he bit it. How about that? That's pretty cool. Man, this is the time for glide baits too. Man, he ate that. Wow. Maybe I'll just throw that the rest of the day, go for big ones. This isn't a huge one, but it sure is a nice one. IU color Lucky Craft glide bait. Awesome. Nice one. See you, buddy. Wow, first cast with that. That's cool. Awesome. Got to see the whole thing. So glide bait, it's a swim bait, it's just nice and steady. It doesn't even look like it has a lot of action set, but just it goes back and forth real slow. And like the swim baits, you always watch it when it gets close, see if you have a follow. And I just looked down and say, well, there it is. And I saw a bass go, whoa. That was cool. So a glide bait it doesn't have a lot of action. If you're not used to it, you'll say, man, it's not doing much. But if you throw it in the pool or something and get to watch it, it just has a slow back and forth and just nice and steady with your reel, and it's a lot slower than you think. If you go fast, it doesn't really work good, but you keep a bow in your line and just nice and slow and steady. And if you see one following it, you could stop it or speed up or twitch it maybe, but mostly it's just a nice, steady, slow retrieve. And that was my first cast with it, so that's either a good sign or a bad sign. A lot of people think it's bad luck to catch something on your first cast with a new lure, but I don't believe I'm not superstitious like that, so. Yeah, how cool was that? Well, we caught 5 or 6. We've caught, 2 nice ones and several little ones, lost a couple. Seen a couple fish moving around. They're biting pretty good, but this cloud cover I think has them kind of scattered a little bit. And you know, it's maybe made it a little bit challenging, but we still got about 45 minutes. It's been fun so far. There's one. Oh yeah. Come on, baby, a good one. Oh yeah, nice one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Heck yeah. Look at that one. Whoo. Come here, baby. Yeah. That's a chunk. Man. I don't know where to grab it. There we go. Whoa. Sweet. Well, like I said, this is the flash pointer. I think that's a great color for low light conditions. It's a solid color, got chartreuse belly, a little bit of flash with the scales on the side. Hey, that's the one I picked today. It's working. Well, that's a nice one, huh? How about that? Yeah. So I'm working this jerkbait pretty fast. I mean, we don't have much time, and I guess I'm not being very patient, but I'm just trying to cover water. Fish are moving. I've seen them running around, so I know they're really active. So I'm fishing it really fast, and then you know, you let it sit there, and the bites come while it's sitting still. But I'm doing it really fast, you know, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 twitches and let it stop, and I'm even reeling some in between. Maybe reel it 4 or 5 feet. Worked on a couple of them. They're definitely looking up. Hadn't had a bite on this crankbait. Seen fish on the graph. They don't want. That's weird. Usually a crankbait is a really good pre-spawn. You know, tomorrow they could be smoking this crankbait. That's why we have so many lures, and you know it ought to work, and you got to go through, and it could be location, timing, conditions, everything. And that's why we have so many lures and so many rod and reels. But it's hard, you can't ever, I mean, jerkbait should always be in your boat. Year round it catches them, but especially wintertime, pre-spawn. Ooh, there's one, nope. Wintertime, pre-spawn, spawn, there's, you know, you still get these ones that are pre-spawn or early post-spawners, and in the post-spawn, a jerkbait is fantastic because, you know, shad spawn's going on in the post-spawn for bass typically, lakes that have shad. There's one. Look at that, we can catch them all on a jerkbait. That's a pretty giant copper-nosed bluegill right there, isn't it? Man, big old dude. Yeah, I'll get you too. Not careful. Ugh. Can't grab him, he's got all the hooks all over him. Let's see, buddy. That's a pretty big bluegill. They ought to be smashing it right now. Oh, there he is. Another little guy. Man, never seen so many little ones. Well, it's getting late. We maybe got 5 minutes. So I can either sit here, run around the corner, and hit one more time over there. I don't know. It's awful late. I figured they'd be biting like crazy. They probably are. They just, I don't know. It's awful cloudy. I think let's run around and hit Mother Spot one more time and we'll be done. Finish off the 2-hour challenge. It's been a blast so far. Like to go out with a bang. Catch a big one. Little, yeah, where are these little ones coming from? They're everywhere. Come here, buddy. He just swiped at it, didn't he? He's hooked on the back. Well, we had a fun couple hours. It's getting too late to film. The fish have quit biting anyway. I thought there might be a big flurry right here, but there wasn't. Oh, except for that one. Well, hey, what do you know? Come here, buddy. All right. We can end on the last cat, that'd be great. A lot of fun, last couple hours of light. Just seeing what we can catch coming out here with the Lucky Craft flash pointer. Caught one on the glide bait, the real ayu. That was really cool. That was my first cast, and I probably should have stuck with it more, but we caught some really nice fish, and we caught a lot of fish. And a lot of little small bucks. I guess all these little bucks are moving up to spawn. So anyway, what if I can find my pliers? There they are. So the spawn's coming. This guy unhooked. Anyway, you can see the bucks are moving up. The spawn's coming. We got here catching the pre-spawners. We've got some really nice, big, fat, egg-laden females. It's always fun, and it's prime time to throw a Lucky Craft flash pointer. So, well, till the next 2 hours, we'll see you then.